as well. I'm trying to stay away from the wax because I think my Midun and Margot are focusing on that.
Yes.
So I want to come with another sort of fabric. So
Well, it's really nice. That's layer, right?
this is layer and this is wooden.
Oh, it's layer and wooden mixed together. Well, it's very nice, and a lot of people now are so much into made in the Gambia.
Exactly.
I've seen that. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And all the best in your event.
Thank you.
It's on Saturday.
It's on Saturday.
I'll do everything I can to be there.
Inshallah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's Fatou Drame, Chat Drame, the founder of Tower Designs. She's coming up with a show at the Caraba Beach Hotel, Jama Hall. This will be on Saturday, and it's 8 o'clock. It's $350, and patrons is $500. Well, we would like to take a break, and we will go with Diwa Steak. We'll be right back. Stay tuned and enjoy the program.
Diwa here. Welcome to another segment of my take on the Fatty Show. It's always good to be back. The rest of last week from Thursday for me went pretty well, thank God. And well, regarding the topic I treated on my segment, which if you can recall was the qualities of a good or perfect wife, we happen to have lots of requests by our wonderful viewers to talk on how to be a good husband or what sort of husband a lady looks for on this week's segment. There is no one-size-fit formula for being a wonderful husband. Every wife and every marriage is different. But there are some common issues that many married couples face, and if you're dealing with some of them, the rest of what I have to say today just might help you become a better husband. Be honest. In a mature relationship, honesty is forever the best policy. It may be difficult, but the truth will allow relationships to breathe. No matter what happens, no one can ever challenge the fact that you are truthful, which might mean that the other person also gives you the same respect. Communicate. Do not talk your wife's ear off all the time. However, make sure that if you have any problems that will affect your mood, she is made aware of the reasons for your problems and mood swings, so that you don't appear to be merely a fickle or cranky someone. In other words, for soft dial. Zone out everything around you when you're talking to her. If you ask her a question, ask because you really want to know. And please avoid short answers. Remember, the opposite of talking is not waiting, it's listening. Make sure you're actually listening and don't just wait for your turn to talk. Put off a vibe that tells her that she can tell you anything. Make her feel safe. Respect her. Don't show her even the mildest forms of disrespect. Contempt is like poison in a relationship. You don't have to act like you liked what she said or did, but do not take on an attitude of superiority. Gestures such as smirking, sighs of disgust, or eye-rolling, as insignificant as they may seem, are signs of deep lack of support, respect, and trust, especially if it's been only over a period of time. The way you naturally act towards her should validate her as a person, even when you don't understand or agree with her. Don't brush her off. Many people find it exasperating and sometimes hurtful when they get the feeling that their partner treats them as inferior in a relationship. Women are no exception. If, for example, she finds you in a rather inappropriate mood and starts up a conversation, do not just brush her off. Gently let her know that you're feeling irritated and that you'll get back to whatever she was saying later. Just be certain to follow through on it. Be romantic. What being romantic means varies a lot from person to person, but really, being romantic involves doing something to express affection in a meaningful yet unexpected manner. A true act of romance requires creativity and sincerity, often inspired by love. Reintroduce the excitement that characterized the beginning of the relationship. Do something out of the ordinary, something different, something she wouldn't expect. The more extraordinary, the better. Express your love. Treat your wife like she's single, like you're trying to win her affection and trust. The opposite of being romance is being taken for granted. No one wants to feel like they've been caught and it's over and done with. Hamga, dunya so takerek napanga japa ya mo. There are millions of ways to say I love you and I'm lucky to have you. Think of the world as your medium. You can write it, say it, sculpt it, sing it, shout it, paint it, grow it, and express it in unlimited ways. Just do it and mean it. Support her. Be her greatest supporter. Be someone she knows she can count on. Be there for her when she has had a long day. Listen to her with attentive eyes and ears. Back her up 100% and always protect her, both physically and emotionally. If you have done something to hurt her, even if you didn't mean to, tell her you're sorry and show her affection. This must be sincere. There's nothing worse than an I'm sorry that is put on or phony, i.e. obviously insincere. Now, before rounding up for this week's segment, I'd like to add this. If your wife nags, try to endure it. It's usually a way of letting out her frustrations and sometimes ends up making her feel much better. Take care of her, keep her happy, make her smile all the time. Profess how you feel for her at any time of any day. Yal na yàlla barkel sa yépp ñi amagut mu may leen ñi am mu sàmmal leen seen yës. And just in case you're loving my dress, I got it designed by Laming Samuris Fashion at Bakau Newtown, and I must say that his tailoring services are reliable, affordable, beautiful, accessible. Taxi for over Gao Signal. Stop by his if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week, inshallah. Have a great week. Back to you, Fatu.
Diwa Steak there by Mudiwa. She has some more stuff coming up for you, inshallah, next week. And now I have the Gambian Association of Resident Doctors with me here in the studio. These are our own doctors, Gambia's doctors, and they are Dr. Keba S. Bojang, Dr. Keba S. Bojang, and of course, Dr. Usman Jaju. Welcome to Fatu Show. And I understand you're also doing a fundraising event for the blood transfusion. You're doing a blood transfusion fundraiser to raise money. And now tell us about this event. The doctor is doing a fundraising event.
Thank you very much. Good evening, viewers. We are, like what Fatu said, we are Gambia Association of Resident Doctors. Gambia Association of Resident Doctors is an association of young by age doctors who most of us are working in the public sector. Most of us are working in the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, even though we have some of our members in the private sector, in the military and in the police. So we are organizing this gala dinner to raise funds for blood transfusion services, because we all know we have a lot of challenges when it comes to blood. Most of the time, most of the people who go to hospital, and whether they are patients or they are family members, when they are told that they need blood, usually it's not easy for them. Yes, not easy for them to have blood. So that's why we are the doctors at the hospital, and we know some of the challenges there. So that's why we think it's important that we organize a dinner to raise funds to try to solve some of the challenges there
that you're facing.
Yes,
yeah, I was wondering why blood transfusion, because I'm sure there are other areas that are also of significant importance.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's a very important point that you've just brought in. And considering the issue of blood, because usually when blood is needed, usually it is in terms of emergencies. And if you consider like the obstetric department, that is where we deal with pregnant women you will consider, yes, OBGY, you will always consider that the need is always there. And considering the